We are strong, powerful, and impervious to illness or injury. We are a bastion of invulnerability, a veritable shining example of radiant health and vitality. Our superiority means we stand head and shoulders above everyone else, and the weakness that comes with ill health and infirmity is not something that affects us, except when we decide that it must. This is when we play the sickness card. Not all narcissists will do this. It is pretty rare to find a greater narcissist engaging in such behaviour. Lessers will do it to some degree, usually those of the victim cadre, and it is mid-ranges where playing the sickness card is witnessed the most often. There are 3 instances in the main when narcissists do this. The first is when we actually do suffer from some illness or an injury. It may just be a fractured eyelash, but to us, we have been blinded with a red-hot poker. The pain, good Lord, the pain, it is too great and intense. It racks us and has us twisted up in agony. Come on, empath, do something now. Soothe our fevered brows, splint our broken limbs, and bind our wounds. You must drop anything and everything. Forget being at work today. You must call in and excuse yourself, no matter how inconvenient, for you are required to don a nurse's outfit and do your best Florence Nightingale impression for us. Why is this? Our sense of entitlement, of course, our need for control, and the fact that if we are actually suffering from some injury or illness and you do not attend to us, this will wound us, for you have ignored us in our moment of need. Moreover, our lack of accountability is such that we are not accountable for attending to our own nursing, our own recuperation. You must do it for us. That is what you're there for. If you love us, surely you will do it. And therefore a combination of not being accountable for our own well-being and the fact that we have a sense of entitlement, which means that you must do what we want, added to which our lack of boundary recognition in terms of we do not value your time and impose on it, results in you having to be the one that must attend to us. This slight snuffle is pneumonia, and to top it off, it's all your fault. You insisted on the window of the bedroom being left open. Now see what you've done. I may not last the week, You would like that, though, wouldn't you ungrateful bitch? And after everything I've done for you, you won't even help me. In fact, I think you did it on purpose. You wanted me to be ill so you could see me suffer. That's how nasty and selfish you are. Is it any wonder I've been off with other women when this is how I'm treated by somebody who is supposed to love me? It provides an opportunity for blame shifting, for the purposes of guilt-tripping you. The automatic and instinctive blame shifting of the narcissist, particularly the mid-range, will have his ailment being the fault of you, because from his perspective it is. And it is designed to emotionally blackmail you into supporting the ill or injured narcissist and thus aiding his recuperation, minimizing the expenditure of his own energy in doing so, and of course, as always, the provision of fuel by you. Yes, the smallest spot, minor ache and slight cough are all that is needed for certain narcissists to declare that they are on their deathbeds. It's good for several uses. First of all, we'll avoid it to avoid doing things such as household chores or attending an event that you wanted to go to, thus continuing our lack of accountability and maintaining control over you. Secondly, it means you must provide us with plenty of attention by looking after the narcissist. Those soothing words and hot water bottles brought to our bedside all provide us with fuel. Thirdly, we're able to provoke you by being demanding and castigating you for not living up to expectations. And of course, all of this plays upon your empathic traits of decency and compassion. We will tell you that you didn't bring that hot lemon drink soon enough, or that you've brought the wrong pills. Are you trying to poison me, for God's sake? We will triangulate you by comparing you to others. My mother would do a better job of looking after me than you. And of course, all of this is provocation designed to cause a reaction from you. The second occasion on which a narcissist will play the sickness card is when you are ill or injured. We're not here to look after you. Good Lord, not at all. Why should we? Again, our lack of accountability, our lack of emotional empathy, our lack of compassion, remorse and guilt all mean that there is no purpose in aiding you. That's not our role. We are actually too busy foraging for fuel. We don't have the time or energy to spend engaged in nursing you. Not only, of course, are we devoid of the concept of feeling that we should care and that we should feel sorry and compassionate for someone who is unwell, we also intellectually do not regard it as a task that is worthy of someone as brilliant as us. If you moan enough so that we are compelled to call out a doctor, we will pronounce, of course, our own diagnosis in order to align ourselves with what the brilliance of the medic said. When he concludes what ailment it is you are suffering from, we will declare, "Yes, I said to her that that was what was wrong with her, but she won't listen to me, doctor. She insisted on getting you out. I'm so sorry that she wasted your time when we knew all along what the problem was." We get to denigrate you and upset you while showing off how clever we are because we knew what was wrong with you, even though, of course, we didn't. And the doctor accords with us. We may as well steal a segment of the doctor's brilliance for our construct while he is here, mightn't we? He comes into the fuel matrix. He comes within our ensnarement, and we seize a character trait. We will then invite the doctor to examine our shoulder or our leg as we go to great lengths explaining how much pain we are in. This then keeps the spotlight firmly on us and has you annoyed that we have hijacked your consultation. We will look to declare that we are far worse off than you. You have a cold, well, we have flu. We will use this as an opportunity to accuse you of attention-seeking, nice bit of projection there, as we point out how selfish you are for being ill when we are actually the real patient. We've no interest in tending to you, and we need to make a situation all about us. Accordingly, in such circumstances, we will fake an illness or an injury in order to trump yours. The third reason why a narcissist will play the sickness card is when the narcissist is low on fuel and low on energy. There may be any number of reasons why this state of affairs has arisen. You might be getting wise to some of the manipulative behaviour, and therefore you are not reacting as often, so that the level and quality of fuel that you provide is reduced. We may also have had a natural dip in our energy levels or feel some degree of vulnerability, which means that our resources are being stretched rather thin. This makes it difficult for the narcissist to seek out additional sources of fuel. This diminution in fuel reduces the narcissist's power, and this risks the craven creature that lurks within trying to escape and making itself heard. When this happens, the creature's whisperings remind the narcissist of his weakened self. We are not ill, we are not injured, but what we are, however, is feeling weakened. And it's as if to the narcissist, who of course does not realise what is actually happening, it is as if he is ill or injured. Accordingly, the narcissist plays the sickness card in order to obtain an emergency injection of fuel from you or whoever else might be to hand. As an empathic individual, you are programmed to respond to this, and you cannot resist the opportunity to exhibit your caring nature in order to help us out and nurse us. The attention you lavish on us provides us with fuel, and we begin to feel more powerful again. The creature's catcalls fade, as it is subsumed within the prison of our constructed edifice once again, and our supremacy returns. The weakness lifts thanks to this provision of fuel from you, and this has been instigated by us playing the sickness card. We will do this to garner sympathy from you, from family and friends, and also from health professionals. The favourite ailments of the narcissist are, of course, those of the invisible variety: depression, stomach pain, or a bad back. Narcissists are brilliant actors, and we will ham up our suffering. The portrayal of our poor sick self would please Ferris Bueller. As with most things, it is just another fabrication designed to manipulate you and provide us with fuel, but you must never, ever dare to question us. We, of course, have researched the symptoms thoroughly, and our Munchausen syndrome is most prevalent. You are duty-bound to help us rise from our sickbed, or you are a bad person, and we will cut you out of our will in the event that this terrible affliction sends us to the Reaper. You will be sick to death of our illnesses and injuries, but you are, in our minds, duty-bound to attend to them.